let's discuss about what and how you have to respond when the child is calm. When the child is calm, responding after the meltdown, brief emotional validation. Here also no over talking, no new stories, no long conversations, like in a brief way. Properly give him emotional validation rather than explaining about the situation and talking about the future. Co-regulation strategies, visual cards, deep breaths, pressure squeezes, slow rocking. As I told before regarding the pressure squeezes, it will work a lot. And coming to the visual cards, you can make personalized visual cards. You can show the cards to the child, like, see, this is break time, because the children will be mostly responding to visual stimulus rather than verbally. And already, as I told, we have to talk very less. So when you're talking less and when you're not trying to make the child understand, it's better if you show the corner. If there is a cozy corner at your home, just show him the picture of it. Do you want to go there? Do you want this squishy toy? Do you want this stress ball? Show him and ask him what does he want and how he have to regulate himself. Deep breaths, pressure squeezes and slow rocking movements. This also if it is required for the child. Next, introduce coping tools. Based on the child's need of the sensory, you have to make a kit for yourself for the coping up tools. So introduce coping tools for the child after the meltdown. And break card, as I spoke about the visual cards, this is one of the card called as break card. And then sensory tools, visual choice, show the cards to the child, what kind of thing do you want. If the child is having a meltdown because of some texture issue, let's think, what is going to soothe him is a cozy corner with soft toys or with plushy toys. So you show him what he wants. Does he want an elephant toy or a teddy bear? Show him that. Like visual choice. Revisit the expectations gently. This is for you. You think for yourself, like expectation. Now you were wanting, as I gave the example before also, you were asking the child to go to the park and walk on the sand. That is where the child went into the meltdown, because mama is keeping on forcing where he is avoiding the texture. So now you revisit your expectations. Were you expecting more? If it is more, it is clear that the child is thinking that it is more. So how we are going to correct it? Slowly you should desensitize that. That all is a treatment part and therapeutical part where therapist will help you. Avoid rediscussing the meltdown in detail. This point I have already told you. Like अगर सुबह में meltdown हुआ, शाम में फिर don't poke on the child that सुबह में आप ऐसा करे थे, क्यों करे थे, मम्मा है ना. No, just he forgot about it, he is happy about it, so enough. Don't revisit it again. Next, long-term responding after the meltdown. Long-term responding after the meltdown is nothing but the prevention part. How to prevent the meltdowns? First one is identify the sensory triggers. Everyone knows your child so well, so you also know what are the trigger points. So that next time when you're going to get such kind of situation or going to such kind of place, you can understand. Anticipate overload situations. Any sensory issue or any sensory overload, try to understand the situation priorly. Patterns. Building predictable patterns is not like creating a pattern. A pattern is something where the child is going to be like, I want my chappal to be side by side of each other at the same spot every day. Before closing the door I have to leave. This is a pattern, which is a rigid pattern. What is a predictable pattern? It is something like, okay, in the morning I have to have breakfast, in the afternoon I have to have lunch, in the evening I have to go to park by having a snack. This is something called as predictable pattern. Frequent regulation breaks, and this is again regarding the sensory driven meltdown. As I told, frequent regulation breaks. If you have, and I'll give you one example like what we usually tell you. Give him squeeze massage in the morning after school, in the evening after going from the center one more time, before sleeping one more time give the squeeze massage. If we have given any protocol to any child, it is because frequent regulation break, giving the child some regulation. In during the group therapies also, sometimes parents will be questioning us, बच्चा बीच में उठ के थोड़ा सा घूम के क्यों आया मैम? It is because even we left the child. उसको vestibular situation वो impulse होना था, तो we left the child. He goes, he comes, he regulated himself, he's back to the activity sitting and doing. Rather than baito beta, baito, no. It is a regulation break. You have to learn this to do at home also. Next, gradually build the tolerance. Now, how is this like a prevention method. Now again, if we come back to the park texture situation, you have to not just go and make the child walk for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Rather than that, slowly build the tolerance. Again, this goes into the treatment part. Firstly, you give him slight those kind of textures at home, expose him through the visual cards, show him other kids doing that. So gradually you build that in the child, so that next time he will not go into the meltdown. Now, simple techniques parents can use daily. These are very simple, and again, this is not a treatment part. This is just a technique to handle the child daily. Regulation tools, scheduled sensory breaks. Just now I have told you about that, like after school give him some sensory inputs like deep squeeze massage or something. Next, deep pressure hugs, compressions, weighted items. You all know the weighted jacket and the weighted blankets. Indoor movement routines, which we give you in the form of the home protocol, or taking him to the park and making him play some games indoor. Calm corner setup. You can just make a home setup for his sensory need called as a calm corner, where you can put all his favorite soft toys and any lights if he wants. So such kind of corner, if you are building up, the child himself will go for the regulation over there. Simple techniques parents can use daily through communication tools. The sentences must be short and simple. If you are saying a huge words to the child, it will be hard for him to understand also. Like first and then language. That means first complete this, next we will be doing this. And processing time. Children doesn't understand the way we are understanding. If you are saying like beta bottle lekar aao, give him time to process that, rather than expecting him to do it very quickly. Next, visual aids. This is all again about the visual cards. Okay, behavioral support. How are you going to handle a child's meltdown all the time? Behavioral support is about immediate positive reinforcement. This is only for the meltdown. You are going to positively reinforce the child with his favorite things, not the food. Any favorite thing like his favorite toy or favorite textured thing. Next, consistency across caregivers. This is again for the parents. Some days don't handle your child based on your mood, based on your work schedule or anything. Someday if you are having some tough time at your office, when the child is coming to you after going home, beta मैं बाद में बात करूँगा. No. And one day you're like, हाँ मेरा baby come here, I got your toy. So what you have to do is maintain consistency across the caregiver.
And another important behavior support strategy is maintaining clear and predictable routines. Children with difficulties often feel safer when they know what is going to happen next. Consistent routine reduce anxiety, prevent unexpected triggers, and help children transition between activities more smooth. The final strategy is using specific praise. Instead of simply saying good job, tell the child exactly what they did well. For example, I like how you waited your turn, or I like how you used your calm hands. Specific praise helps children understand which behavior is expected and increases the likelihood that they will repeat the behavior in the future. Remember, behavior is communication. When we provide structure, consistency, positive reinforcement, and understanding, we create an environment where children can feel safe, regulated, and successful. Thank you for joining this seminar. Together, when parents, caregivers, and therapists work as one team, we can support every child in reaching their fullest potential. Thank you.